I'm also using a pad for my knees. This is a nice thick pad. With my back problems, I find that for me kneeling is probably the best way. For other people it may be something different, but I find that a kneeler seems to help a lot as far as with my spine situation. My spine has been repaired on 6 vertebrae because of the cancer that went up into my bones. But you know, I'm good. Like I say, I'm doing okay right now. I'm on immunotherapy and things seem to be working. And I'm going to plant some peppers today. So I like to use my trowel as my guide for how far apart I plant things. And I'm marking them with wood markers so I know what the plant is. And I also write what color it's supposed to be when it's ripe, because we have a wide variety of peppers here. Some are red, some are green, some are yellow. So I start out with yellow. These peppers are plants I started from seed about 8 weeks ago in the house. I got a bunch of seeds from a friend of mine. A lot of these are hybrid peppers made especially for northern climates. And we're going to see how they go. Some will need to be staked. When we do a pepper bed, we don't mulch. We have found that peppers seem to thrive on neglect. The less we play around with them, the better. They seem to be happiest if they dry out periodically, and like I say, they thrive on hot, dry neglect. I like to make my beds wide enough, or my plants wide enough apart, so I use my spade as the distance guide, so that when I go to cultivate, there's room between them to run my cultivator, so I can cultivate in between the rows, and I don't have to weed as much that way. This one here is yellow Escamillo. That one kind of fell apart. We'll put that back. And when I plant, I stab it into the ground, stick that in there, push down with 2 fingers, and set that plug into the hole, leaving a little bit of a divot there. And then I'm going to put my stake in the ground next to it so I know what it is and what color it's supposed to be. Now I'm going to put this off to the side for the moment, and I measure with my trowel. This one is red, sweet Mad Hatter. So we're going to take one out here. When I seeded these, I put 2 seeds per cell. So sometimes there'll be 2 plants. I'll probably cut one off at some point. Here's one of the weeds that likes to stay around. This is why grass is a pain in the butt in your garden. Each one of these, if this breaks off, it'll still grow. So everywhere this falls in your bed, it could grow. So we get rid of them. You're not going to get rid of all of them, but we can try. Put my stake in there. Set this off to the side. This one is a yellow Just Sweet, it's called. Same thing, use my trowel like this. Here. And then to stagger them apart, I put that in the ground. I leave a divot here so that when I water, the water stays around the plug. This one is red Sweetie Pie. It's a red pepper, and I stagger, so I use my trowel like that. It kind of makes, well, I'll go a little further on this one. I'm going to put it right here. Yeah, the stagger makes enough room right there. This one is, oops, I already planted Sweetie Pie. This one is Habanero Roulette. I get a kick out of this plant because it's a habanero, but it's not hot. So you could have a lot of fun with that at parties, showing people how tough you are. More of those grass roots. Oh my. This is why they're a pain. And this garden here had a lot of rocks in it. So there's a rock right there. I'm just going to plant it like right on top of that. That rock is so big, it's not going to come out. I can tell you that. I've tried. This one, another roulette. We're going to save that and maybe plant some more of those. This one is green flaming hot Jade Serrano. Oops, put that in there. Put this off to the side. Stagger again. Push down with 2 fingers. Push it in hard, so that if you try to pull the plant out, you can't. Okay, so now I'm not going to plant all in for the video, but I will show watering. When we water, we want to water that plug really well. And you'll see, because I left that divot there, the water stays by the plant. That divot will go away as we start cultivating and weeding, but it's good for starters. And the general rule is we water everything 2 times to get that plug nice and wet. With any annuals, which is what vegetables are, the plug is not, the plant is at its most fragile until it starts leaving that plug, until the roots start going out of the plug. So we want to make sure we water deep down into the plug. And then we'll water these probably every other day until the roots start to spread out. So I'm going to finish up the rest of this, but I just wanted to go through my procedure using my trowel as a guide, having enough room to run my cultivator through the rows later on. And I think I'll have extra plants to give away to my friends. I think I grew too many. Have a good day. Thank you.